Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, and we are back at it. It is Wednesday, and we are back at it. So, yesterday, I did a little bit of walking at work when I was on break, but after I dropped my kids off, I went back to the house and I went to sleep. I did not feel like, I did not feel like, knocking out those extra steps, and it get like that sometimes. It get like that sometimes. So, but yeah, it feels nice out here and a little brisk. I know they said the weather is supposed to hit the 80s. I'm assuming today, pretty much like it's been doing all week. Even in the fall, the 80s, the 80-degree weather is not so bad during the fall. Not so bad during the fall. There we go. So, so today's session was today's session was a little better. Hey, Big Lucky, salute, salute. Good morning. So today's session seemed like back to business. So I'm assuming whatever Monday was, uh, I guess that was like one of those workouts that you throw in there every now and then to create muscle confusion, and also to shock your body to prepare you for whatever new series of workouts that's coming up, because we are nearing the end of October. I'm pretty sure the workouts are going to change and even kick up a notch come the beginning of the month, and that's what a lot of a lot of fitness programs do. Um, and I know with trainers, whatever program they're using, um, they follow they follow that plan. Salute, Gab. Good morning. Good morning. I didn't tie my hair up or nothing. I was like, you know what? If it's sweat, it's sweat. It is what it is. I have to shampoo it. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Uh, so that way I can go ahead and get my scalp good, clean, and oils. So I can do my relaxer retouch. Yes, I still get I still get relaxer retouches, and I am unapologetically relaxed. I even had a shirt made that says that unapologetically relaxed. Um, and I don't, not to say that natural is not beautiful, it's very beautiful. I feel for me personally, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? Um, my health is my health is fine for the most part. My reproductive health, of course, working back on getting back to my ideal weight and staying in that healthy range. Because the 200s, 50 pluses is not it, and never was it for me. Uh, so I gained 100 pounds as a result of my two pregnancies. For those that don't know, and after I had my son, I took a break from fitness so that way I can nurture him and my daughter. Uh, Pretty much, pour everything into them, and until they got old enough, then I can refocus on me, the way I want to. And so, and this is where I am. In 2020, I was almost there, and then life hits, and then everything I worked hard for kind of reversed, and it had been an up and down yo-yo battle ever since. What? I tell people all the time, and that's definitely a motivation for anybody that is in the fitness journey. That um, it's a it's a journey and not a destination. So as long as you're living, and as long as you have life and breath in your body, you are going to always move. You're going to always work. You're going to always do something. And even if you do reach your goals, you are now going to want to do something different, as far as challenging yourself, as far as building muscle. Maybe you want to run your first marathon. I personally, I personally want to do a figure competition one time. Uh, I don't see me doing NPC Pro, but I definitely want to do that. And we have a wonderful trainer here in Memphis, Samika Cash, at Cash in Fitness, who I think it's IFBB, bodybuilding. She's a pro, and she has definitely she has a great clientele, and her work speaks for itself. She um, she has prepared some of her clients, and they went off to do competitions, and they did great. They did great. They placed. I'm not sure if they are going pro or uh, went for the pro card, but they definitely went. That's a notch on their belt, and that's something I want to do one time, one good time. Go on ahead and train. You know, get those. Get that crazy muscle definition and get out there on stage, and So yeah, so I definitely know that itself is hard work. That itself is hard work, and I think I know the discipline is sick. The discipline is sick for sure. As far as the workouts, the eating, and the prep and everything like that. So yeah, that is what I want to do one of these days. So, uh, of course, the first step for me is to lose weight again. Because I'm pretty sure back in back from 2012 to 2015, before I became pregnant with my daughter, I definitely could have done it. Um, I definitely could have done the training and the eating and things like that. But but the wonderful world of motherhood called me, and here we are. So let me check the chat. Hello, Med. I bet you can't guess what I'm thinking about right now, but it's about you. Okay. It still looks morning there. That's because it is morning. It is morning. It is 10:17 a.m. So we are a little less than 2 hours away from noon. So yeah. So after I drop my kids off at school, I go train. I do my walk in, get my steps in. Like I said, eventually I will be focusing on kicking that up and reincorporate some jogging and retrain myself so I can start back doing 5Ks um, and things like that. So, so yeah. So I think if I do that, then my lives will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'll commit those days to uh, starting off walking, running, and then eventually walk one, run one, and then eventually run the whole thing. So, so that is the plan. That is the plan. So, but yeah, let's chop it up though. Let's chop it up though. There's been a lot of happenings in the world, all over the world news, entertainment news. It's been a lot of things going on. Uh, the Diddy case, P Diddy, I ain't even gonna touch that. I ain't even gonna touch that. Because it's it's being talked about too much, and it's starting to become a shit show, in my opinion. And when it gets to that point, I'm like, you know what? I will wait until you know, he goes to court or goes to trial, and uh, any other relevant happenings or developments that are breaking, then I'll tune in. But right now, it's starting to become a circus. Um, you know, every day, every day is a different allegation, uh, all types of stuff. So yeah, uh, the YSL case with Young Thug. Be honest with you, I I tapped out of there a long time ago. I tapped out of that a long time ago, and I'm like, look, I feel sorry for the Georgia residents that are paying their taxes and all that stuff, and their money is being wasted. So that's how I feel. I feel like it's a waste of taxpayer dollars over there in Atlanta with that YSL case. Good morning, slow walking guy. Salute. But yeah, but something I did want to talk about and touch on because it's definitely interesting, and I pray that that situation don't turn to a shit show either. Uh, like the story of Kanika Jenkins, because this story is very eerily similar to her incident. Only thing different is the young lady was at work and she walked into a convection oven. Um, and if you don't know what a convection oven is, a convection oven is one of those tall ovens, probably 5 feet, maybe 6 feet, and they cook at high altitudes and high temperatures, and you use those for bulk baking. Think cookies, think croissants and rolls and stuff like that. That's what those are for. Makita's, Butterific, a lot of cookie shops, American Cookies. Pretty much a lot of bakeries have convection ovens. So, and I know Scott was talking about, baking a cake and things like that. And what I found out about Walmart and every other grocery store is they do not bake cakes. They do not bake cakes. Uh, their cakes are mass produced, already frosted, and they come frozen in bulk shipments. And they put them in these very cold freezers, and they take them out and put them out on the table, and they rotate them. So uh, they can be sold quick and not go bad. You know, because there is an expiration date and a shelf life. Um, so yeah, so there's that. Uh, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that, but yes, that is, and that's also why those cakes are cheap too. So for those who, because because I'm a hobby baker, and the cakes and stuff I did, of course, were custom. Um, I make them at home. Some of my flavors I make from scratch. I make my buttercream from scratch always. I always make my buttercream from scratch. And of course, I I'm very picky about presentation. So I I love for my cakes to look a certain way. If it's an event that you're having, it's going to be, according to that event, and it will be the talk of the event. That's how a lot of my cakes and stuff were. Um, when I did do cakes and stuff like that. And I may I may do something for Halloween. I don't know. Uh, either either I'm gonna do a cake or probably some cookies or cupcakes. I don't know. Every year or every other year, I would bring cupcakes or cookies or a centerpiece cake to my job uh, for whatever holiday it is, so or whatever events, uh, like thinking, Halloween, Fourth of July, Christmas, uh, Valentine's Day. So usually around those times, I would bring something to work, um, because uh, at my job we work holidays. Um, we work holidays, including uh, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Um, and because on night side we don't have a Sunday schedule, Easter, yeah, we ain't at work on Easter. So, but yeah, so the young lady, according to the story, uh, walked into the convection oven, I guess, to clean it, and somehow the door closed behind her, and she burned to death. Um, it's definitely a lot of question marks with that story because, for one, why would the oven be on if you're cleaning it up, for one? And then two, and that's what a lot of people was talking about, a walk-in oven. If she was cleaning the oven, apparently the racks were taken out, and that was how she was able to walk in there, because a convection oven, you would have it's like a metal vertical casket, if you will, and in a twisted in a twisted turn of events, she yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so there's a lot of question marks with that story. I ain't gonna lie, I would not be surprised if somebody closed that door and turned that junk on. That's my theory. I really believe whoever was in that deli with her in the cook area, they had to close that door and turned it on because ain't no way. And just imagine the suffering she went through. Like I said, convection ovens are designed to cook at very high temperatures. And because they're cooking everything all at one time, you know what I'm saying? You know, trays upon trays upon trays of cookies and rolls and croissants and pastries and all that other stuff. Uh, so that's that is very that is very odd to me that she walked into an oven and the door closed behind her and she burned to her death. Um, I don't know how high convection ovens go as far as temperature. Uh, so I could only imagine one, she's hot, she's burning up. Two, she's trying to get her way out of there and touch an interior and it's burning her. And then of course the fact that you're cooking alive and our our internal temperature uh I think is at a standard maybe 90 degrees, 100 degrees. But if you go above 100 degrees, like 101, that's like a fever and stuff like that. So assuming her in that type of temperature, probably four times four times the heat of her internal body temperature, and she's probably done had seizures. She is suffocated. Shoot, her eyes probably exploded, popped out her head, her brain then turned into soup. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds graphic, but I watch stuff like that. And uh, when I heard about it on Scope, and I said, this sounds like this this story scenario on 1,000 Ways to Die. There was a TV show called 1,000 Ways to Die, and they played these. They told these stories. I don't know if they were true stories, but dramatizations and such like that. Of course, they're dramatizations to go along with the story. But there was this story where this guy had, I guess, got cold or whatever, and walked into a heater to, I guess, to warm up, and the door had closed behind him, and he was unable to get out, and unfortunately, he died, and they found him days later too, just like that young lady. This says Masa Tejada Vlog salutes. Salute. Good morning. So yeah. And on A Thousand Ways to Die, uh, they not only, you know, talk about the scenario, but they also break down what happens to your body as you are dying. And it's it can be very graphic. Of course, me, I have a strong will and a strong stomach, so I can stomach a lot of that stuff. And so, and watching this stuff is like, it's very, thank you, see you later. It's definitely very, very much intriguing. And I'm like, wow. So yeah, uh, I don't know if that was on True TV or ID. It was on one of those channels. A Thousand Ways to Die, and I forgot how many seasons they went through. Of course, it's not airing anymore. But yeah, I watched that episode, and it had the same scenario and outcome, except that it was a convection oven with him. I think he might have been working at I don't know, a plant. I don't know. I don't know. But the scenario was similar, but the outcome was the same. The man cooked alive. So, and it's very unfortunate that that happened. And of course, with Walmart, uh, in the event where someone loses their life, no matter what shape, form, or fashion, they will close that store down for about a week or a week and a half, and then reopen. So, so for that to happen to that young lady, that's crazy. That is definitely crazy. Um, and it's definitely almost identical to the Kanika Jenkins story. Uh, Kanika Jenkins was, I think, she was 19. I want to say she was 19 years old. She was the same age, and she was at a hotel with her friends, and I guess got a little inebriated and wandered off and wandered into the kitchen and into the freezer and froze to death. And they didn't find her for a few days. Um, so, and the Kanika Jenkins story definitely, exactly, who cut that oven on? Because you're not cleaning the oven while it's hot. You're not doing that unless you have your oven at maybe 200 degrees, so it can loosen up some of that grease, um, and food particles or whatever, and then you turn it off and you add your oven cleaner, because it does have instructions for a warm setting too, but your oven is off. So if you're walking into a convection oven and you're cleaning it, ain't no way, ain't no way that oven would be on. Ain't no way that oven would be on. And I know that oven is hot as hell. I don't know if it was Raven or Tamika uh had messed around and burnt themselves on the side of one of those ovens and left like a little long line across their arm. And I remember they posted it. And I was like, dang. So yeah, those ovens get very, very hot. They get very, very hot. Um, and of course, because the higher the heat is, the shorter the cook time is. And you got to consider that a convection oven has about maybe 5 or 6 slots where you can put baker's racks in. So uh, The whole thing is wild to me. That whole thing is wild to me. And that's why I said that I pray they don't turn this into a circus like they did Kanika Jenkins. Because like I said, of course, Kanika Jenkins, that birthed all the Facebook detectives, all the internet detectives, uh, and people coming up with their theories and their so-called findings and voice analyzations and all of that, you know, placing the blame on Irene. I ain't gonna lie. I do say in that case, her friends wasn't shit. I would definitely say that because girl code number one, if you're going out, we come together, we leave together. So ain't no way in hell if I, Raven and Lashandra, we go kick it at a hotel spot or whatever, and let's say Raven have a little too much to drink, and she didn't have some CBD too, and she take out wondering. Ain't no fucking way. I would just be, just gallivanting or whatever, and she just gone and I wouldn't know it. Oh no, oh no. Because my first thing is, have you seen Raven? Where the fuck is Raven? I'm calling her. I'm hitting every floor, every room until I find her. And it's that on that. Nah, we ain't doing that. And if there are any younger viewers out there that are maybe 20 years younger than me, I'm 41. Uh, if you're going out with your homegirls and y'all at a club or whatever, remember that we come together, we leave together. I don't give a fuck. I don't care because I'm gonna make sure my eyes are on you. I'm gonna make sure I see you and I can give an account because if something do happen to you, I gotta tell Mama Pam. I gotta tell that to Pop Maurice. Hey, so we was here and she was like this, and we got in the car and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I gotta explain that to her parents. If something happened to her, you know what I'm saying? Because of course they're gonna be like, well, where were you? What were you doing? You know? Uh, even in my 40s. Child, please, no. Uh, I never knew they carry ovens. What do you mean they carry ovens? What is you talking about? No, convection ovens, um, you would get those uh at a store that is designed for commercial commercial use. Like I don't think they have convection. I don't think they sell convection ovens here at I just thought about it. You're so silly. I just thought about it. They carry microwave ovens. That's it. And easy bake ovens. Lord Jesus. But convection ovens, you would have to go to a hotel and restaurant surplus store to get one of those. And like I said, I know Lit Junior um, is kind of like one of those stores, but open to the public. Um, I think they may have convection ovens there too. Don't get me lying to you, but yeah, uh, but yeah, they definitely have those types of cookware. And then of course, your conventional ovens, and that's what you see. What you got in your kitchen: a conventional oven and a stove, or a range top, what they would call that. Uh, you can get that at Home Depot, Best Buy, Lowe's. Uh, appliance stores and stuff like that. Yeah. So I know Walmart has cameras on top of cameras on top of cameras in the store. Uh, so I don't know if they may have any cameras back there in the kitchen. But if they do, I'm pretty sure whatever whatever was caught, yeah, we'll find that out. But so yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Um, and in situations like this is why they are installing cameras, you know, in areas away from the public because of stuff like this. Because of stuff like this. But uh, and I think I have to say, uh, I ain't gonna say the only thing different between this and the uh Kanika Jenkins case, we don't have no live feeds or nothing, just like what happened at that hotel where you had Irene, I guess she was FaceTiming someone or whatever, and uh in the background you did see Kanika kind of walk on and off camera a few times or whatever, and folks was, folks was going by her live and trying to dissect it, like trying to enlarge and look at the reflection through her shades, trying to break down the voice analysis of the background and stuff like that. Like one person, uh, I guess, fixed it, and claimed that someone said that they crazy, they raping her. You know what I'm saying? All types of stuff, all types of stuff. But uh, but yeah, that whole thing is wild to me though. I just don't see, I just don't see that. I don't see that because in my opinion, some damn body knew, some damn body saw something, some damn body did something. Because uh-uh. And also too, considering that she is 19, uh, and that may be irrelevant, but I don't know as far as her training, what her training was like, even working in the deli. Because mind you, when you're working in food prep, you have safe serve regulations, you have health department guidelines, um, and I'm pretty sure OSHA guidelines as well, because you can injure yourself in the kitchen. You can burn yourself, you can cut yourself, all other type of stuff, you know. But never in a million years would I think you would bake alive in a convection oven. And that girl, I ain't gonna lie, she looked like she might be short. Uh, she looked like she had to have been short, because um, the convection ovens that I've seen were maybe a few inches taller than me. I'm 5'7", so I could walk in to a convection oven, um, you know, but I ain't gonna do it. That whole thing is crazy to me. But I definitely want to say my prayers go out to that young lady and her family because I can only imagine that's devastating. And because she's 19 years old, man, barely was barely an adult. You know what I'm saying? I mean, ain't even start to live life. You know, I don't know if she was in college. Um, it's that's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. So, but my prayers are definitely go out to her family because I, I couldn't imagine. I can imagine having to get that news as a mother, sister, a family member, and of course, imagining the suffering, the level of suffering she went through. She pretty much so man, look, and I don't know deceased person smells like. I definitely don't know what a burnt up person smells like. So I'm pretty sure uh the smell the smell was horrific. I'm pretty sure the scene was extremely graphic. I can imagine. I can imagine. Uh, I can only imagine what that scene was like. And if they do release the pictures like they did with Kanika Jenkins, I don't know if they will, but if they do, ooh, child, that is that's going to be a sight. That is going to be a sight indeed. And yeah, and like I said, I I have a strong stomach and a strong will, so I can, I can look at stuff like that and barely flinch. Um, which is why I said I probably would have done well as a first responder. Um, because I know first responders, they see it all. They see it all. First responders, law enforcement, investigators, they've seen it all. I am going to take these out so I can connect to my car. Mm, and I am going to turn this off because I am finished. I am finished. There we go. And I am connected to my car. Oh, so I don't think I'm going to go straight home. I'm going to stop at my sister's on the way. Uh, my baby texted me last night, and my my nephew's dog passed away last night. Nike. He was a some type of terrier pug mix, but he was in the family for a long time. Um, as a matter of fact, I had my dog, and then of course my sister had got Nike for my niece and nephew. And my dog, he passed in 2014, uh, October 7th, October 10th, I think, October 10th, 2014, and then fast forward, Nike passed away last night. So my nephew,
was, he was very heartbroken. He was heartbroken, but at the same time, he also saw it coming. Honestly, we all saw it coming because Nike had at that point, he's an old, very old dog, very old dog. Uh, and he had developed congestive heart failure. So he was pretty much old dog, old age, old person problems, I guess. But he passed away last night. So I think I'm gonna stop by and holler at my sister and my nephew real quick. Um, you know, see how they doing, love on them for a little bit, and then head on so I can eat my breakfast. I prepped my breakfast. I made some overnight oats, and I think I may scramble some eggs to go with it. I don't feel like boiling. I don't say I don't feel like I don't have the pace to boil them. Not right now. And on top of that, dinner today is going to be taco stuffed shells. So I'm probably going to go ahead and make that filling now. Either make that filling now or just make the dish all together and then put it in the refrigerator so that way when I go when I pick up the kids, all I gotta do is just put it in the oven, let it do its thing, take it out, and serve them. They good. Boom. Good night. So that's what I think I am going to do. So, and now that I have my who's a what's he thingamabobby thingamajigger, I got my mount, so I can actually I can actually drive and holler at you guys. The link is in the community wall. So if you want to hit that link and chop it up for these last few minutes, you most definitely can do so. However, no funny business. No funny business. I ain't finna go, have you on here playing with yourself and all that wacky shit. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. And on top of that, if you do come at me with some bull, I'm gonna drop you quicker than you can blink. You know. But that whole thing is wild. That whole thing is wild, and I know Sko said that he was going to do some more research on that, and I said I might go to Walmart myself and maybe speak to some of the folks over there in the deli, and get and get their opinions and their 2 cents on that because I know for a fact because Walmart is a corporation and a Fortune 500 business. Um, the newsletters have gotten out there and they have definitely had meetings at work about that, and I'm pretty sure, of course, standing together in solidarity for a family member of Walmart, and of course expressing safety, and I'm pretty sure that that they are also, going to be looking over that equipment and testing it, testing out the latches if there is an emergency latch, which will make sense if there is an emergency latch. Testing it out and see if that works properly, and if there aren't any emergency latches, they will probably replace those with something of that nature, and in the future, that could save someone's life. Um, but I can't help but think. I can't help but think somebody trapped that girl. Somebody set that girl up. Mm. Cause I can't see that being no freak accident. I just can't. I just can't. I most definitely can't. Not at all. Said I got 4 in the building, 4 still in the building. Chop it up with me. What's up? What y'all think? What are y'all thoughts on that? Let's break it down. Unless my connection didn't got wacky. And there goes my watch battery. And on the bright side, I finished just in time. I finished just in time. Mm, do I want to? I'm not gonna take front. I think I'm gonna take second straight on now. I am going to take second straight on out. I think my next walk, probably on a Friday, I'm going to pay the park and one of these parking spots, kind of central, and then walk downtown, walking Main Street and all of these other streets, because downtown itself, aside from Beale Street, is definitely it's definitely a sight to see. It's definitely a sight to see. I don't feel like changing my camera, but right over here to my left, St. Jude Hospital, St. Jude Research Center, and right now they are working on. I'm assuming this is either a new building or a parking garage. I'm not sure. But they're working on it, and I heard that their completion time is what, maybe like, if not like the first of the, no, if not first of the year, sometime early next year. So I know Coach told me that, and I told him, that with St. Jude, that sounds about right, because St. Jude gets a lot of donations and and a lot of grants and a lot of fundraisers and events going on. The proceeds go to St. Jude. And in fact, in a couple of months, we have I think the first Saturday in every December, we have the St. Jude walk-in marathon. And so, people all over the city, people travel from other cities. A lot of marathon runners, they come and they participate in the St. Jude Marathon, and I've actually witnessed it last year, when I was doing Uber, and I saw that the area was a red spot, and in a red spot, when you're driving Uber, is considered high demand, and you get more money in one of those red spot areas. And my earring came off tragic. I gotta start back wearing some other earrings, probably some studs or something like that. I love wearing my hoops. And why are you on your brakes, man? This light is green. What's wrong with you? But yeah, but we got these federal buildings down here. These historic churches, of course, restaurants, the historic Peabody Hotel. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff down here that's cool to see. A lot of stuff that's cool to see down here. Of course, they got the some of the smaller parks here. This park right here I just drove past, I can't think of, but I think that's that same park where the statue of Nathan Bedford Forrest was removed, and boy, some folks were pissed. They were pissed. And I think they were like the Sons of the Confederate flag or something like that. But yeah, they were very pissed to say the least. Um, we got the Hueys over here, Capriccio Grill, Cookie, Canuck, Texas de Brazil, Flying Fish. It's a lot of eateries down here too. I always want to go to Texas de Brazil. I have never been to Texas de Brazil yet, and it's a churrasco, and churrasco is Portuguese for Brazilian barbecue, and so I also know that Texas de Brazil is one of those high-end restaurants too. So that's one of those I'm assuming Michelin star restaurants. So yeah, churrascaria and steakhouse. That's what it's saying. Churrascaria and steakhouse. And I see a person. Okay, there you go. Okay, yeah. There was like a Coke truck on my left, and then this 18 wheeler on my right, and I saw a person, you know, look like he was walking towards that sidewalk, and nah, I don't want you, you know, I don't want you doing no Final Destination type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, that first Final Destination, man, look, that bad boy gave me PTSD and paranoia. Final Destination, man, when that girl when the girlfriend, I forgot her name, but her boyfriend's name was Carter, and that man was like, you know, giving dude hell because, you know, he, you know, was seeing stuff and getting all these weird signs and stuff like that, and trying to save everybody and stuff like that. But Carter, you know, jumped on him, whatever, and you know, and his girlfriend got fed that shit, and she was like, you know, I'm sick of this, and you know, blah blah blah, and she backed down to that street, looked to her right, and smack, Buzz hit the shit out of her, and I screamed. Oh, I said, oh my god. Now, Final Destination is definitely one of those movies that gives me paranoia. Like, and I know a lot of millennials as well, like myself. So I see certain scenarios, and I'm like, nah, player, that's okay. That's okay. uh Shoot. Nah, that shit was scary. Uh, I am passing Butterific and Civil Rights Museum. Shout out to Butterific. Butterific is my big best sister, is what I call her. She's Tamika's Raven's older sister. And she owns Butterific. Of course, her humble beginnings were with Nikita's, of course, it's a family restaurant. And I know Tamika has probably been at every location ever until she finally opened up her storefront in 2021. But yeah, you know, Tamika, you know, had plans and aspirations on, you know, doing her own thing, you know, in the same field, but you know, she definitely had more ideas to offer, and that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. And you know, and she did that, and it's 2024 now, so she's 3 years going in. You know, with 3 years in, one on four. You know, she's doing great. And she had and and their food is good too. I love the strawberry butter cookies. They're very good, and theirs more is more like a face. So they do the cookies, of course, standard. They do cookies, chicken salad, chips combo, probably the croissant combo. Also, they have specials where maybe for a limited time they'll serve cinnamon rolls, muffins, brownies, and things like that. And she had made, and last year she made some sweet potato brownies, not brownies, but sweet potato cinnamon rolls. And I was like, man, you were killing me. I didn't get a chance to try them, but I was like, man, look, I'm already dealing with my issues, losing weight as it is, and then you come up with these pictures of this deliciousness. You're killing me. Because I am a foodie, so I would definitely try it. I have no shame in trying it. And I wonder if they're putting a Starbucks or a Scooters right here. Oh, it looks like a restaurant they're putting right here. So, uh, I'm out of downtown now. Downtown, just left downtown. Took a walk. Calories burned. I'm so corny, but you love it. I love it. Mm-hmm. I also gotta be careful on this street too, cause man, police pop out of nowhere and pull you up quick as hell for going a mile over the speed limit, and right now I'm 7 miles below the speed limit. Man, look, I done got the majority of my tickets I got were from this particular region of the city. I got from here, and shoot, it's so easy to speed, and it's even easier for them to pull you over. And I'm sitting here like, man, all the other shit going on in Memphis, you want to pull me over for going a few miles over the damn speed limit? Man, hit that though. But it is what it is. SOUTH, yeah, alright, wait. Don't play, nan, damn day, get your shit straight. Test us, then we test you too, shit. All us, all y'all too, it's on. What do y'all know about Gangsta Black? Another rap legend in Memphis who in my opinion, I feel don't get his flowers too. Uh, and I actually met Gangsta Black. He cool. He a cool person. He cool people. He cool people. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. I'm coming. Alrighty. I have reached my first destination. I will not say final destination. I have reached my first destination. I'm gonna holler at my sister and my nephew. Huh. And it looked like they might be gone because I don't see the car. Huh. I don't see the car. So I don't see the car, and it's 11:10. So her door is closed. She usually have her door open. So oh well, I guess I'm headed to the house. I'll probably hit my nephew up and see what they're up to. I know, like I said, my nephew's dog had passed away last night, and And my sister ordered an urn on Amazon, so they're planning to cremate him, to have him cremated. So I'm pretty sure they're probably taking him to wherever they would go for that. I don't know. Don't get me lying to you because uh, when I was growing up, all our dead pets were buried in the backyard. I said, look, our pets were buried in the backyard. So I'm pretty sure down south, in Memphis and Mississippi, it's pretty much a big old pet cemetery. So I know growing up, we had a handful of dogs growing up. I remember when I was a little girl, we had Duke. Then when I got in the third grade, we had Buffy, and we had Hawk, and then we had, I think it was Precious. Yeah, Precious. We had Binky. Um, so I know, of course, they all had died, and I'm pretty sure Buffy is good and long now. But Buffy, I remember I had went to stay with my other sisters, and he would wander off sometimes. And when I would come home, I would bang the can on his bowl, and he would come running. You know, he knew it was time to eat, and so this one time I did that, and he didn't uh he didn't come running. So I'm assuming either animal services picked him up, or he ran away. I don't know, but I didn't see him anymore after after that Friday when I left to go with my sisters. But yeah, and Casey was my dog. Casey was my dog, and he had passed in 2014. Um, I went I had just moved out. I had just moved into my apartment, and he was still at the house. Until I was able to get the extra money for the pet fee, and I was gonna get him good and clean, get him cleaned up real good, and groomed, and then bring him over, to the apartment. But I went by the house, and saw him, fed him, loved on him and stuff like that. That was my baby puppy, and and then I left, and we went to go to Nashville. We left that night to go to Nashville, and then Sunday morning, my brother called me and said that he had died. He had died and was found on the walkway in the front yard. So, and I know my dad had buried him. Um, so when I had came home and went over to the house, Daddy showed me where he had him buried at. So, but yep. So I'm assuming that's where my sister and nephew are now. Yeah, but Nike was a cool little doggy. He was a cool little doggy. Very smart as a whip too. Uh, he was very spunky. He was a very spunky dog. Very active. Very a very spunky dog. And when he wanted something, he would bring it to you. So like, if he wanted to go outside, he would come in there trotting with his leash in his hand, and put it down in front of you. If he was hungry, if he was thirsty, he would pick up that bowl and come in there, put it down, and let you, hey, time to eat, man. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. So he was definitely a little spunky dog. And then of course, as over the past couple of years, all of that kind of came. all that kind of came to a halt because, because he's old, you know, he's an older dog, so of course, you know, a lot of stuff you're not gonna do too much anymore. But the thing that I was telling my nephew, um, when I talked to him the week before, I think it was the week before last, because I definitely noticed like overnight, Nike had lost like a lot of weight. I mean, he was practically skin and bone. Um, he had lost so much weight, and I was like, oh my god, like he done got worse. Of course, he was on the medication for the congestive heart failure. But seeing him this time, I was like, yeah, it's not looking good. And humanely, I was like, nephew, I understand, he's still, showing positive signs of life and still, acting normally and things like that. But it's, he's still suffering, and it's, time to, time to let him go. But my nephew wanted to get a second opinion first, from the vet, before he made that decision. But but you know, nature took its course, and Nike's gone across that rainbow bridge. But yep. So my nephew, and of course, when anybody passes, whether it's a loved one or a pet, uh, that's an adjustment. There's a life adjustment, because what you're so accustomed to doing, you're not doing that anymore, and that is what he's experiencing. He was saying that that it's going to kind of feel weird because with him coming home from work or just being at the house, and he's not being followed around anymore. You know, and Nike definitely did that. He was a loving dog. He was very loving, so he definitely followed us around, and I broke it to my kids this morning. I told them, I said, babies, Nike passed away last night, and and they were like, oh, and then the winter. My kids are very realistic, and I'm very transparent with them. So a lot of things I don't shield them from. So of course, life and death, they understand that, and so Winter was like, well, he is old, and it was only a matter of time. I said, yeah, you're right, you're right. He was old, and yes, it was a matter of time. Um, but that's still, that's still a hit to the heart, for the family, because he was a figure in the family, for all of that time. So practically, what I'm saying, my niece and nephew practically grew up with Nike. You know what I'm saying? So, but he definitely lived a wonderful life. He definitely did that. So, rest in peace, little Nike, and my kids. And my kids, they are so sweet. So, my kids have been wanting a dog forever. They want a dog, and I told them, when we get our forever house, then we will look to getting them a dog. But right now, while I'm still renting, I'm not going to do that, because the leasers, have a no pet policy, and and all that type of wacky stuff. So, and even though a lot of people are like, man, whatever, they what they don't know won't hurt them. They don't come out, which is true, But I'm a type of person that likes to be conflict free, and so I won't bring no pets to the house. But they do want a pet. They want a dog, and I have been explaining that to them. Like, I understand you want a pet, but I want you to understand something. Having a pet is a lot of responsibility, and right now, I personally don't feel like you guys are ready for that type of responsibility because you neglect to do some of the simplest things I tell you to do at home. So if you can't get that right, what makes you think you're gonna, what makes you think you're gonna get a dog? And the funny thing about it was my daughter was like, well, we just play with it. You take care of it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not supposed to be passing like you just said what you just said. First of all, you want the pet, not me. I have pets. And I love them dearly, had them for a long time, but no, I don't want no more pets. I'm passing the airport, so if the line freezes, it's because I'm driving under some of these taxiways. So yes, and will be this taxiway coming up past this light, because that taxiway does interrupt connection feeds. So give me just a second, y'all. I'm driving up under this taxiway now. That was taxiway number one. Let's see what this one is gonna do. And we're back. All right. And we are back again. And so what happens at port under those taxis boats and ah. Hi, yeah. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right. You think this man common sense would have kicked in or something? Ooh, child. I can't wait to eat. I gotta get some copyright free music because I do want to do some driving lives where I'm just just randomly just driving throughout the city and y'all can see like the scenery and stuff like that. And if I don't do that, shoot, I'll probably just pre-record that and then upload that and let that be like something, something therapeutic, and relaxing. Um, I've done a few of those before, especially on TikTok. When we had like the snow and stuff like that, and I was just driving and recording, and my radio was playing, and so that was a vibe. That was a vibe. And see, and I love nature for the most part, especially in the fall with all these colors. Um, it's something serene. It's something serene and peaceful about fall. I don't know what it is. I mean, my phone is doing all types of wacky stuff. I'm getting phone calls. My alarm is going off. I have a lot of stuff going on. Mm. And I am on my streets. I am on my streets. I can't wait to eat, and life will be sweet. Hmm. And I am home. I am home. I feel like this grass needs to be cut at least one last time. It hadn't grown anymore, but it's looking kind of ragged. All right, you guys. I am at home, and I am going to go ahead and sign up so I can eat and I can relax. It's 11:30, so I am going to relax and chill, and maybe get up like at maybe 1, so I can make those stuffed shells and have that set. But that is it. If I go walking tomorrow, we'll be live, and if not, I will definitely see y'all Friday. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you later. I will holla in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. See y'all later. Peace.